Guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that we are all back here today because I'm going to be filming the How I Survive on a Teacher's Salary video. Megan from TooCoolForMiddleSchool originally created this, so thank you, Megan, for creating this. I think it's a great video for all educators to watch and think about, and it's also really cool to hear how other teachers in other states quote-unquote survive on a teaching salary. So I'm going to get started. There are 16 questions. So without further ado, here we go. All right, so question number 1 is, what state or country do you live in? I live in the United States. I live in South Carolina. Question number 2 is, how many people live in your household? It is just me living in my household and a dog and a cat, but people-wise, it's just me. Question number 3 is, are you a single or double income household? I am just a single income household. Question number 4 is, do you own or do you rent? And I own my home. Question number 5 is, what is your highest level of education, and does your education level affect your pay? So right now the highest level of education that I hold is a bachelor's degree. I am currently working towards my master's, but that doesn't affect me quite yet. But yes, my education does affect my salary. So on our salary schedule, if you look on there, it has at the top bachelor's plus 18, master's plus 30, and then there's a column for if you get a doctorate's degree. So yes, education does affect it, which is why I'm trying to get my master's pretty fast so I can go ahead and get that income raise. Question number 6 is, how much did it cost for you to attain your degree, and are you still paying for your education? So I went to a local university. It's called the University of South Carolina, Aiken. It's a small branch off of the main university, which is University of South Carolina, but it's smaller. Tuition to go there was way cheaper, but tuition for my college that I went to is about roughly $4,000 a semester. So if you calculate that in for 2 semesters a year, you're looking at about $8,000 a year. I got really lucky. I am from a military family. My dad is in the Air Force, so he had a GI Bill, and I was able to get my first 2 years of college paid completely full through his GI Bill. And then after that, I had life scholarship, and life covered, I think it was like $2,000 a semester that it would kick in. So I think I ended up having like maybe $4,000 to $6,000 of student debt. I could say my parents were awesome, and they paid for my college. That was the agreement, was if I go to college, get good grades, and try hard, then they would pay for my college. Question number 7 is, how is your salary schedule structured? Starting point, the max out salary, and annual increases. Now, I don't have it completely pulled up in front of me, but just going off of what I've looked at recently is there's one column with the steps or the years of experience, and it goes from 0 years of experience, I think, and it maxes out at 28 years of experience. And then the top column is your like education level. So it's bachelor's plus 18, master's plus 30, and then your doctorate degree. So like with me starting off on a level 0, with just a bachelor's degree, my salary was $33,132. That was what I was making gross income for 1 year of experience, and that per year you'll get like that 1 year increase, or you were supposed to get that 1 year increase if it gets approved. So it just keeps going like up, and then there's like a certain spot, if I believe it's like this 5, it's either the 5 to 7 or 7 to 9 level, where it kind of like stops increasing for like a couple years until you go to like the next education level. And I think it maxes out around like, and y'all don't quote me on this, but it's in between 70 to like 80,000 for like a doctorate degree. And there's not many teachers that I know personally that have a doctorate degree, so we'll never really touch that area, but it kind of like goes across the board like that. Question number 8 is, where are you on your district's salary schedule? So going into this next school year, I will be on a 1 year experience level on just a bachelor's degree. So like last year on a step 0, I was making $33,132. This year I will get like a small little raise, and I think it's around $33,932 this time. For this next school year, I will be around $33,932, so I'll be like very, very close to making $34,000. But I'm just not quite there yet. All right, question number 9 is, do you supplement your income in any way, and if so, how? Yes, I do supplement my income. I do have a small photography business, and that helps a lot. And I also still babysit and nanny occasionally when I have availability. Question number 10 is, how much money does your district give you for supplies at the beginning of the year? And do they provide basic supplies throughout the school year? So when I first started teaching last year, my very first year, I was allotted, I think, $300 to order classroom supplies. And with that, I bought like pencils and papers and folders and all of that good stuff. And then we also got like a $200 like stipend like right before school started, and they said that was like our reimbursement for things that we bought for our classroom. But this year I think it's going to be a little different. We were only allotted $200 to classroom supplies, which that was fine because I already had like so much classroom supplies from last year. But I bought like pencils and papers again because those are things that like you always find that you need. And I don't know if we're going to get that $200 stipend like we did last year. Haven't heard anything about it. I like really hope that we do because I really want to get some more storage units for my classroom. But if not, then, you know, like any other awesome teacher, you just buy with your own money. And throughout the school year, they do like supply basic supplies. So like you need pencils, you can typically find pencils, things like that. They do supply us with printer ink for our printers. So that's awesome. And they do supply us with printer paper. Question number 11 is, do you have additional deductions taken from your paycheck? And yes, every single month, every single pay period, basically, I get insurance taken out, and then I believe retirement, 401k comes out. So all of that gets taken out, but it's really like not that much that gets taken out. Number 12 is, do you feel like your current salary is enough for you to make ends meet? I do feel like my current salary where I'm at personally right now is enough for me to make ends meet for just me. Now, if I decided to get married and had kids, I really don't think that if it was just me working, I could make it work for other people. But for me, just being a single girl, living in a 3-bedroom townhome, it's very much affordable, and I'm able to make ends meet. Now, at the end of the day, do I have a lot of extra money to like go on vacations or like go hang out with my friends all the time? No, I don't. I can't personally do that because I don't have like that much extra cash a month to like allot in budget for stuff like that. But to make ends meet for me to be able to live on my own and to have what I do have already, it's enough. Question number 13 is, how many months a year do you receive a paycheck? I receive a paycheck 12 months out of the year. I get a paycheck every single month, including the summer months. Question number 14 is, in general, what are your major monthly expenses? Major expenses that I have right now is my house payment, my car payment, my insurance. I have an electric, water, and sewer bill. I have internet, and then I have miscellaneous like subscriptions and things like that. And my groceries, because obviously I eat a lot. So I have a grocery bill like every 2 weeks. Those are my major expenses, and occasionally like I'm not calculating in anything like going out to lunch or going to see a movie or anything like that. So those are just, that's what I have right now. Question number 15 is, are there any financial goals that you're still working towards? I'm really not much of a financial goal setter, and that's one of the goals that I actually have for myself, is to just become more educated on finances and learning how to budget my money better. Now, since I do have my house, I have become more conscious of what I'm doing with my money, but I definitely feel like I have so much to learn about how to manage my money better, and just choosing the best options and not just frivolously spending like I sometimes do. Question number 16, and the last question, is asking, what is the biggest piece of financial advice you would offer someone considering teaching? This is a really great question because I've actually had a couple girls who are going into a teaching program in college message me, and they're like, Brittany, like, we see that you have a house and a car, and like you're able to get these things on just a teaching salary, and they don't understand how I'm able to do that because they just have always heard how hard it is to survive on a teaching salary. But my biggest piece of advice that I give to them is to start saving. Put money away when you have it, because I didn't do that, and I wish that I did, and I wish I would have listened to my parents when they told me, Brittany, put your money away, but I didn't do that. So put your money away, save it. If you don't have big expenses, like, just put all of your money away, and then learn to budget. Like, don't just go out and buy that $80 dress that you love at Altered State just because it's cute, you know. Really think about it and think about the expenses that you're going to have. So that is the end of the How I Survive on a Teaching Salary video. I hope that this was helpful and educational to you guys and for any future teachers. And I just want to tell you guys, teaching is one of those careers where we always hear we're not paid enough, we do so much, and granted, like, we don't get paid enough. I don't think that we do. And other people might think differently, and that's fine. But for where I'm at personally in my own personal life, and for any other single teachers who can relate to me, it's manageable. You can still live a good life on a teacher's salary. If you just, like, budget and really think about, like, what you're doing with your money. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below, or even just message me or DM me on Instagram. I will leave my Instagram down below. It's always there if you want to follow me. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'm an open book about stuff like this. So I will see you all in my next video, and I hope you have a wonderful summer. Bye, guys.